Hi, everyone. Today we're going to talk about working with dates part two. Specifically, we're going to talk about import styles. This first style is what we've been looking at this entire time, where you have import and the name of the module. Today, we're going to introduce the from module import object style of importing. This is exactly what we've seen. We're not going to spend too much time on that in this screencast. Let's focus on the second one. When you're importing a specific object, use the word from, the name of the module, in this case it's datetime, the import keyword again, and the name of the object that you're trying to import. Notice that when we use that object, we no longer have to write datetime dot date. And you'll notice that if I print out date, you'll see that this is the class datetime dot date. And if I actually print out my date, you'll notice that this gives you the same exact output as what we had before. So the important question that you should be asking yourself right now is, well, when would I use one versus the other? You want to use the import module to import everything basically for two reasons. One, you're using lots of objects from a module. You don't want to have to say from datetime import this object, and then this object, and then this object, and then this object, on and on and on. It's much easier just to say import the entire module, and then you use all the different objects that you need with the dot notation. The second idea is that you want to have something called a clean namespace. Let me show you an example of what we mean by this. Here, if we import the datetime module itself, you'll notice that I created another object called date, and I can have date be equal to the string, May 24th, 2023. Then I created my date, which is a datetime.date object. And if I print this out, it works great. I can use the label date to reference this string, and I still have access to the datetime.date object. Let's take a look at this. Here, if I say from datetime import date, okay, this is totally fine. We're good to go here. Then I create a new object called date equals May 24th, 2023. And you'll notice right here it says my date equals date 2023 524. If I run this, I actually get a type error. And that's because we no longer access the date object from datetime with that, you know, date time dot date notation. And so this word date is now actually this string because we assigned the label date to a new value. So sometimes we use the phrase we overwrite the date object, assigned it to a string. So now when we try to call the date object, well, you can't call or you can't use a string like you would a function. And that's why we get this type error. If you want to do it this way, you just need to make sure that you change something up here. Maybe we can say something like this is the date string. And now if I do this, there's no more error. And I can come down here, I can say print my date, and it works as normal because I'm no longer overriding the date object up here when I assigned it to a string value. Good luck on today's bite.